Hello everybody. Welcome back to the GH Spoilers channel. Today, we will learn about the shocking and tragic turn of events in the world of ABC General Hospital, particularly involving Sasha and her heartbreaking storyline. The plot surrounding Sasha's involvement in the custody battle over Willow and Michael's child has captivated fans, but what followed has left fans in complete shock and mourning. Sasha's tragic exit from General Hospital, a custody battle gone wrong. In a story that has unfolded over weeks, Sasha's fate in ABC General Hospital has taken a devastating and unexpected twist. The drama began when Sasha found herself at the center of a custody battle between Willow and Michael. This courtroom drama was one of the most intense and highly anticipated moments on the show, drawing viewers in with the promise of a life-changing decision for the characters involved. But nobody could have anticipated the tragic events that followed. The courtroom scene was full of tension, with every character emotionally invested in the outcome of the custody hearing. Sasha was brought in as a key witness in this battle, but things quickly took a sharp and tragic turn. As the trial escalated, Sasha was suddenly struck with severe pain, which was clearly more than just an emotional response to the heated exchange happening in the courtroom. Fans could sense something was wrong, and it wasn't long before the truth came crashing down. Sasha was in labor. A sudden and unexpected labor during a custody trial. The moment Sasha's water broke in the middle of a courtroom was nothing short of shocking. The viewers watched in disbelief as Sasha's pain intensified, causing her to collapse. It was clear that the situation was dire. As the tension in the room grew, Michael and Jason quickly rushed to her aid, realizing that they had to get her to the hospital immediately. But as is often the case with General Hospital, the unexpected happened next. Despite their best efforts, they were unable to reach the hospital in time. Sasha gave birth prematurely and tragically. Both she and the baby passed away. This was a gut-wrenching moment for Michael, who had just discovered that the baby was his son. For him, the loss of his child, his hopes, and his dreams for the future were suddenly ripped away in an instant. Michael's emotional devastation was palpable, and fans couldn't help but feel his pain as he was left to deal with the unspeakable loss. Jason, as always, tried to be there for Michael, offering comfort during one of the darkest times of his life. Sasha's final goodbye, a heartbreaking departure from the show. As Sasha's storyline came to an emotional conclusion, actress Sofia Mattsson, who portrayed the beloved character, took to social media to share the news of her departure from ABC General Hospital. In her post, Sofia confirmed what fans had feared: her time on the show had come to an end. She expressed her gratitude for the opportunity to portray Sasha, and how much she had loved being a part of the General Hospital family since she first joined the show in 2018. Sasha's role on General Hospital had always been a complex one. She was introduced as a model with a troubled past, and her character grew over time, forming deep relationships with several key characters, including Michael. Fans were drawn to her because of her striking beauty and the way she brought depth to her character, making her not just a pretty face, but a woman who faced her own struggles and challenges. From her rocky beginnings to her relationship with Michael, Sasha had carved a special place in the hearts of GH viewers. The emotional impact on the fans. Sasha's departure from General Hospital was a huge loss for both the characters and the viewers, who had become so invested in her journey. Fans had watched her go through so much, from her emotional battles to her romantic entanglements, and they had hoped for a brighter future for her. When the devastating news of her death broke, the reaction from fans was one of shock and sadness. Many took to social media to express their grief, with countless posts lamenting the loss of one of the show's most beloved characters. Sofia Mattson's exit from the show marks the end of an era for Sasha, but it also opens up new possibilities for the actress. While her time as Sasha has come to a close, Mattson's future with General Hospital may not be entirely over. Like many other former cast members of the show, she may return in a new role, breathing life into a completely different character. General Hospital has a rich history of actors returning to the show in new roles, and it wouldn't be surprising to see Sofia Mattsson do the same in the future. Sofia Mattson's journey with General Hospital. Sofia Mattsson first joined ABC General Hospital in 2018, and her arrival quickly made an impact on the show. As Sasha Gilmore, she brought a unique blend of beauty, vulnerability, and strength to her character, which earned her the love and admiration of fans. Sasha's relationship with Michael Corinthos became a focal point of her storyline, and many fans had high hopes for their future together. Sasha's journey wasn't easy. She dealt with difficult challenges, including family issues, her troubled past, and even her battles with addiction. Yet through it all, she remained a fighter, showing resilience in the face of adversity. Over the years, Sofia Mattsson became a fan favorite, and viewers watched her character evolve. Sasha's arc was one of growth and redemption, as she overcame obstacles and formed meaningful relationships with those around her. Her connection with Michael, in particular, was one of the most compelling aspects of her storyline. And fans were devastated when it was revealed that their son had tragically passed away along with her. The show's impact and what's next for Michael and Jason. Sasha's departure has left a huge hole in the General Hospital universe, but the storyline isn't over. Michael is now left to process the loss of his child and his partner, which will undoubtedly have lasting effects on his character. His grief will likely shape his actions and decisions moving forward, and fans can expect to see a more vulnerable side of Michael in the episodes to come. Jason, ever the supportive friend, will no doubt continue to be there for Michael during this difficult time. The bond between these two characters has been one of the show's most enduring and powerful relationships. Jason's role as Michael's emotional rock will be tested in new ways, and fans will be keen to see how their friendship evolves in the wake of Sasha's tragic death. As for the rest of the General Hospital cast, the impact of Sasha's passing will ripple throughout the storylines, affecting everyone from Willow to the other residents of Port Charles. The emotional aftermath of such a loss will be felt across the entire hospital and beyond, and fans can expect more drama, heartbreak, and tension as the show moves forward. Looking to the future, will Sasha return in a new role? While the death of Sasha is a significant blow to General Hospital, fans are already speculating about what the future holds for Sofia Mattsson. As mentioned earlier, General Hospital has a history of bringing back actors in new roles, and many fans are hopeful that Sofia will return to the show in some capacity. Given the show's penchant for plot twists and surprises, it's entirely possible that Sasha's story isn't finished just yet. Whether she comes back as a completely new character or in some unexpected form, the door is always open for Mattsson to return. Sasha's tragic death in General Hospital marks the end of an era for both the character and the actress who portrayed her. Fans of the show are left grappling with the loss of a beloved character, and Michael's journey forward will undoubtedly be shaped by the devastating events that unfolded in the courtroom. As for Sofia Mattsson, her time on the show may have come to an end, but her impact will be felt for years to come. The drama surrounding Sasha's departure is just the latest twist in a show that has never shied away from heart-wrenching storylines. And viewers can expect even more intense drama in the episodes to come. Next, we will dive into the electrifying twists and turns awaiting us in the next 2 weeks of drama in Port Charles, spanning from June 2nd to June 13th. Buckle up as we explore a whirlwind of emotional custody battles, shocking secrets unveiled, tangled relationships, and mysterious financial discrepancies that threaten to upend lives. With unexpected alliances forming and long-buried truths clawing their way to the surface, the citizens of Port Charles are in for a roller coaster ride. Let's unpack the thrilling developments, character dilemmas, and jaw-dropping revelations that will keep us glued to our screens. First on the horizon, the custody battle between Michael Corinthos and Willow Tate Corinthos reaches a critical juncture. The courtroom drama is set to explode as both parties lay bare their deepest fears and desires regarding the future of their children. Michael, determined to prove his dedication as a father, steps onto the stand with a steely resolve, recounting heartfelt memories of bedtime stories and early morning park runs with his kids. Willow, equally passionate, paints a picture of a nurturing home filled with love and stability. As the judge listens intently to their testimonies, whispers in the gallery suggest that an unexpected piece of evidence, a hidden letter penned by Willow during a moment of vulnerability, sway the decision. This letter, discovered by a private investigator hired by Michael's team, reveals Willow's private struggles with balancing motherhood and personal challenges, adding a layer of complexity to an already fraught situation. The tension is palpable as spectators and family members alike hold their breath, wondering if this bombshell will tip the scales. Amidst the custody chaos, Sasha Gilmore Corbin finds herself cornered by a shocking betrayal. Rumors swirl that Rick Lansing, known for his knack for uncovering buried truths, stumbles upon a life-altering secret. Sasha is pregnant with Michael's child. Though Nina Reeves, torn between loyalty to Sasha and her desire to protect Willow's family, hesitates to spill the beans, the truth leaks through other channels. Possibly a slip of the tongue by a mutual confidant at the local diner. When Sasha learns that her most guarded secret has been exposed, her world crumbles. Picture her standing in her cozy apartment, staring at an ultrasound photo, as anger and hurt wash over her face. She resolves to confront those responsible, her voice trembling with a mix of fury and heartbreak as she demands answers. This confrontation could ignite a firestorm, with Sasha potentially seeking retribution by revealing secrets of her own, setting the stage for an explosive showdown. Elsewhere, the ripple effects of this revelation hit Carly Spencer and Jason Morgan like a tidal wave. Carly, never one to shy away from a fight, storms into Jason's office at the warehouse, her eyes blazing with disbelief. "How could you let this happen under our noses?" she demands, pacing back and forth as Jason struggles to piece together how their tightly knit circle unraveled so quickly. Their heated exchange uncovers deeper frustrations: Carly's fear of losing family unity and Jason's guilt over not protecting Sasha's privacy. Unbeknownst to them, a mysterious figure lurks outside, overhearing their argument, potentially using this intel to manipulate the situation further. This added intrigue hints at a larger conspiracy at play, one that might involve underworld dealings tied to Michael's business ventures, threatening to drag more beloved characters into the fray. Meanwhile, Willow and Sasha's inevitable face-off looms large, promising raw emotion and gut-wrenching dialogue. Imagine the scene at the park near the Port Charles Pier, where the two women meet by chance. Willow, clutching a stuffed animal meant for her child, stares at Sasha with a mix of confusion and betrayal, asking, "How could you keep something so monumental from me?" Sasha, tears streaming down her face, tries to explain the impossible position she was in, caught between love and loyalty. Their conversation, set against the backdrop of crashing waves and a gray, overcast sky, symbolizes the storm raging within their hearts. As they navigate this painful confrontation, there's a glimmer of hope. Perhaps a shared memory of better times might pave the way for understanding, though forgiveness remains a distant dream. As the custody hearing reaches its climax, Nina Reeves finds herself at a crossroads. Burdened by guilt, she decides to unburden her heart to Willow in a quiet moment at the hospital cafeteria. Over lukewarm coffee, Nina's voice cracks as she confesses her role in the unfolding drama, admitting she knew fragments of the truth but chose silence to protect everyone involved. This confession, delivered with trembling hands and tearful eyes, could either shatter Willow's trust forever or plant the seed for reconciliation. The judge, after days of deliberation, finally delivers a verdict that leaves half the courtroom in stunned silence and the other half in uproar. While we won't spoil the outcome, expect the decision to send shockwaves through the Corinthos family, altering dynamics in ways no one anticipated. Drew Kane, watching from the sidelines, is left reeling. His dismay suggests that the ruling might have unforeseen consequences for his own plans, possibly tied to a risky business deal he's been negotiating behind closed doors. On another front, a financial scandal brews as Laura Collins discovers a staggering $10 million missing from Ace Casadin's estate. Her confrontation with Alexis Davis at the mayor's office is charged with suspicion and barely concealed frustration. Laura, clutching a thick ledger of financial records, questions Alexis with a sharpness that betrays her worry for Ace's future. Alexis, caught off guard, scrambles for a plausible explanation, citing a clerical error involving offshore accounts. However, her excuse feels flimsy even to her own ears, and Laura's piercing gaze signals that this is far from over. Behind the scenes, Alexis is haunted by the knowledge that the missing funds might be linked to a favor she did for an old friend, a decision now coming back to haunt her. As Laura digs deeper, enlisting a forensic accountant to trace the money trail, Alexis races against time to cover her tracks, knowing that exposure could ruin her reputation and legal career in Port Charles. In the midst of these high-stakes dramas, personal connections deepen in unexpected ways. Cody Bell and Molly Lansing Davis find themselves drawn closer, sharing late-night conversations at Kelly's Diner over slices of cherry pie. Their budding bond, built on shared grief and quiet understanding, offers a rare moment of warmth amidst the chaos. Cody opens up about his struggles with family expectations, while Molly confides her fears about the future, creating a safe space where vulnerability reigns. Their growing closeness, however, might attract unwanted attention from those who disapprove, adding yet another layer of tension to their storyline. Meanwhile, young Rocco Falconeri grapples with questions about his parents' past as he probes them about Giovanni Joe Palmieri. Sitting on the living room couch with a family photo album, Rocco's innocent curiosity uncovers old wounds and unspoken resentments. His parents, Dante and Lulu, exchange uneasy glances, unsure how much to reveal about Gio's complicated history with the family. This heartwarming yet poignant scene sets the stage for Gio's own journey, as he wrestles with feelings of betrayal over his fake family. A turning point arrives during a community event at the park, where an act of kindness from a family member's simple gesture like saving him a seat at the picnic helps Gio see the genuine love surrounding him, even if it's imperfect. As we move into the week of June 9th, the aftermath of the custody decision reverberates through Michael and Willow's lives. Picture Michael sitting alone in his office, staring at a framed photo of his children, processing the weight of the judge's words. Willow, on the other hand, seeks solace in the hospital chapel, reflecting on what this means for her identity as a mother. Their individual struggles highlight the profound emotional toll of the battle, with each grappling to find a new normal. Sasha, meanwhile, fueled by the sting of betrayal, considers a bold move to reclaim her narrative, perhaps by confiding in a trusted journalist to tell her side of the story. Risking further exposure of secrets, including Nina's hidden affair with Drew, which Willow remains oblivious to. Finally, Gio's internal conflict reaches a boiling point as he navigates his place in the family. A heated argument with Brooklyn Quartermain, sparked by a misunderstanding over a family heirloom, unleashes Lulu's protective wrath, complicating matters further. Yet, amidst the shouting and tears, Gio begins to uncover hidden truths about his lineage, piecing together why his family's love sometimes feels like a double-edged sword. This storyline promises emotional depth, as Gio's journey towards self-acceptance mirrors the broader themes of forgiveness and belonging that permeate Port Charles. Next, we will uncover the heart-wrenching and suspicious developments surrounding Elizabeth Baldwin and Lucky Spencer in Port Charles, focusing on the dramatic events unfolding around June 2nd to June. Hello guys! Brace yourselves for a tale of betrayal, hidden truths, a shocking proposal, and a woman caught in a storm of personal and professional turmoil. With secrets threatening to tear apart relationships and an engagement ring that raises more questions than answers, this storyline promises to keep us on the edge of our seats. Let's dive deep into the emotional chaos, unexpected twists, and shadowy motives that define this gripping chapter of General Hospital. The saga begins with Elizabeth Baldwin, a woman who has weathered more storms than anyone should have to endure. Having narrowly survived a life-threatening car accident that left her with months of painful recovery, she now faces a devastating bombshell. On June 2nd, as she sat in her modest living room, still grappling with the physical and emotional scars of her near-death experience, she stumbled upon an engagement ring box nestled on her couch cushions. The sight of it gleaming under the soft lamplight, a symbol of love and commitment, held half-sparked joy. Instead, it ignited a swirl of confusion and suspicion, especially given the timing. Just hours before this discovery, Lucky Spencer, the man she once thought was her rock, confessed to harboring a dark secret. He knew all along who was responsible for the accident that nearly claimed her life. Imagine Elizabeth's heart pounding as she opened that velvet box, her mind racing with questions about Lucky's intentions. This isn't just a proposal, it's a plot twist that feels like a calculated move, leaving Elizabeth and Vince reeling with uncertainty. The weight of Lucky's confession on June 2nd is crushing. While Elizabeth lay in a hospital bed at General Hospital, tubes and monitors surrounding her, wondering if she'd ever regain full mobility, Lucky sat on earth-shattering information. He admitted to knowing that Christina Corinthos Davis tampered with Rick Lansing's brake lines, directly causing the crash that upended Elizabeth's world. Picture the sterile hospital room where Elizabeth fought for every breath, unaware that the man by her bedside, offering comforting words, was withholding the key to her justice. His reasoning: a convoluted debt of gratitude to Sam McCall for saving Lulu Spencer's life in a past crisis. This excuse, delivered with a furrowed brow and a shaky voice, does little to soothe the sting of betrayal. To add a layer of intrigue, Rumors circulate that Lucky's silence might also be tied to a promise made under duress during a clandestine meeting at the docks, where Sam extracted his loyalty in exchange for keeping another family secret buried. This web of obligations paints Lucky's decision in a murkier light, raising the question, was his silence truly about honor, or something far more self-serving? As if this personal betrayal weren't enough, Elizabeth is simultaneously fighting for her very livelihood. Her career as a nurse at ABC General Hospital hangs by a thread due to an ongoing investigation into a series of mysterious patient deaths linked to digitalis overdoses. Suspended from her duties, she walks the hospital corridors as a pariah, her once spotless reputation tarnished by whispered accusations. Each day, she pores over medical charts and security logs in a dimly lit back office, desperately trying to clear her name with Lucky's assistance. The stress is palpably imaging her sleepless nights, haunted by the faces of patients she couldn't save. While anonymous notes left in her locker hint that someone within the hospital walls knows more about the overdoses than they're letting on. This subplot adds a chilling dimension to her ordeal, as Elizabeth wonders if the investigation is a targeted attack, possibly orchestrated by a hidden enemy with a vendetta against her family. The pressure is unrelenting, and her emotional reserves are nearly depleted, making Lucky's sudden proposal feel like an ill-timed life-linear or manipulative trap. Lucky Spencer's return to Elizabeth's life during this crisis only deepens the suspicion surrounding his motives. He's positioned himself as her unwavering supporter, spending late nights at her kitchen table, combing through evidence to unravel the hospital mystery. He's held her hand during tearful breakdowns, promising to stand by her no matter the cost. Yet, just as Elizabeth leans on him for stability, he drops to seismic revelations, the truth about Christina's role in the accident and, almost immediately after, the proposal on June. Hello guys. Picture the scene in Elizabeth's cozy, memory-filled home, where framed photos of happier times line the walls. Lucky kneels before her, ring in hand, his eyes pleading for a future together, while Elizabeth's face betrays a storm of conflicting emotions, anger, and a flicker of longing for the past. The timing feels orchestrated, as if Lucky is banking on her vulnerability to secure a yes. Some fans speculate on social media that his proposal might be a strategic move, perhaps to bind Elizabeth legally as his spouse, shielding him from potential testimony should darker truths about his involvement in either the accident cover-up or the hospital death surface. This theory gains traction as whispers emerge of a hidden audio recording, allegedly in Lucky's possession, that could implicate him in ways he's desperate to conceal. Elizabeth's response to this proposal, as hinted in spoilers for June 4th, is a moment of clarity amidst the chaos. Rather than rushing into an answer, she pauses, her instincts urging caution. Visualize her standing by the window, gazing out at the quiet Port Charles night, the ring box clutched in her trembling hands as she wrestles with her decision. This hesitation is a testament to her strength. She's no longer the naive young woman swept away by romance. She's a survivor, scorched by past betrayals and hardened by life's brutal lessons. Her mind likely flashes to the countless times she's rebuilt herself after heartbreak, from losing loved ones to facing public scrutiny. Saying yes now, in the wake of Lucky's lies about Christina and amidst a career-threatening scandal, would be reckless. Instead, she might demand a full accounting of Lucky's actions over the past months, perhaps even enlisting a trusted friend like Jason Morgan to quietly investigate whether Lucky's return was truly about love or a calculated agenda tied to the hospital's darker underbelly. The emotional fallout of this storyline extends beyond the immediate players, touching on the broader dynamics of Port Charles. Elizabeth's struggle resonates with every resident who's ever felt the sting of deception from a loved one. Imagine her confiding in a close colleague at the hospital cafeteria, her voice barely above a whisper as she admits, "I don't know if I can trust anyone anymore." This raw vulnerability could draw unexpected allies to her side, perhaps even rekindling old friendships with characters like Carly Spencer, who understands the pain of betrayal all too well. Meanwhile, Lucky's actions cast a shadow over his relationships with others, including Lulu, who might confront him in a heated exchange at the park, demanding to know why he prioritized Sam's favor over Elizabeth's right to the truth. This ripple effect illustrates how one secret, one choice, can fracture an entire community, setting the stage for dramatic reconciliations or devastating rifts in the weeks ahead. Adding to the intrigue, there's a lingering possibility that the hospital investigation and the car accident are more intertwined than they appear. What if Christina's tampering with Rick's brakes was motivated by something or somebody connected to the digitalis overdoses? Picture a shadowy figure, perhaps a disgruntled former hospital administrator with ties to the Corinthos family, pulling strings behind both tragedies as a twisted form of revenge against Elizabeth for a past grievance. This speculative thread, while unconfirmed, adds a layer of suspense to the narrative, suggesting that Lucky's proposal might be less about love and more about keeping Elizabeth distracted from digging too deeply into a conspiracy that could ruin them all. As Elizabeth hesitates over the ring, she might begin to connect these dots, her nurse's intuition sensing that the answers to her professional nightmare and personal heartbreak lie in the same murky depths. As we watch this drama unfold on June 4th and beyond, General Hospital reminds us why Port Charles is a hotbed of passion and peril. Elizabeth Baldwin stands at a crossroads, her future hanging on whether she can separate genuine affection from potential manipulation. Lucky Spencer, once her knight in shining armor, now appears as a complex figure whose intentions are anything but clear. With a career in jeopardy, a heart shattered by lies, and a ring that symbolizes more questions than promises, Elizabeth's journey is one of resilience and reckoning. Stay tuned to ABC General Hospital as we witness whether love can survive such profound betrayal, or if Elizabeth will forge a new path, stronger and wiser for the pain she's endured. Thank you for joining us on this emotional roller coaster. Until next time, keep the Port Charles drama burning bright.